Hey folks, I'm Nick Hawks with Paleo Treats, talking to you about three things. Let me do that again. Hey folks, I'm Nick Hawks with Paleo Treats, talking to you about three things you should eliminate from your diet and see how it makes you feel. These three things are things that are inflammatory, especially for your digestive system, so that inflammation can bring up all kinds of problems. And they're also things that if you get rid of them, that will increase, in most cases, your overall health. So I'm going to tell you what they are. I'd recommend getting rid of them for between 7 and 30 days. All right, it takes 7 days for the food that you eat to completely process through your body in most cases. Within 24 hours of eating any given food, you should know from your feeling, the feeling in your gut, how you process it, how it tastes, how it goes down. All of those things will tell you if that food is really good for you or not so good. You do have to learn to listen to your body. One way to do that in a more refined and purposeful way is to keep a food diary. So write down what you eat, and then 24 hours later, look at what you ate. Think about how you felt as it went down, as you swallowed it in your gut, as you eliminated. All of those things count to how a food makes you feel and works for you. So these three foods are all highly inflammatory for most people. The first thing is any food with gluten in it. Any kind of gluten is inflammatory for most people. Now we hear people say, oh, gluten doesn't affect me. I think in most cases it does. Inflammation can be really small or it can be really big, but in most cases gluten is an inflammatory agent, and so we recommend, again, getting rid of it for 7 to 30 days, see how you feel, then make your own decision. The second thing that we see that we think you should eliminate is excess sugar, and definitely refined sugar. So any kind of highly processed food is usually pretty bad for you. It will be more difficult to digest. It'll usually increase inflammatory responses. So especially with sugar, the more refined it is, the more you should get rid of it. We recommend getting rid of all refined sugars all the time. And then there are levels to sugar. So if you're eating a little piece of fruit with your salad, say half an apple that gets cut up into a salad, gets split by 2 people, that's usually fine. Although just be careful, keep that food diary, see how it makes you feel, write it down. If you're using natural sugars like honey and you're eating that in your dessert, like many paleo treats, that's usually fine. As long as you're restricting sugar to just dessert and just natural, minimally processed sugars, you're usually okay. But give it a shot, eliminating all of them for 7 to 30 days, see how it makes you feel. Lee and I, my wife and I and partner, eat a couple paleo treats every day. We found a really good balance with the natural sugar honey that works really well for us, but you've got to find out what works for you. The third thing that causes an inflammatory response in almost everyone is dairy. So think about what kind of dairy that you might have. Maybe you have milk in your cereal at breakfast. Maybe you have butter, maybe you've got yogurt, whatever it is. Try eliminating that for 7 to 30 days. Again, write it down, write down what you eat, write down how it makes you feel within 24 hours, and then make your own decision for you. At the end of the day, diets are really individual. Different people respond differently to different ingredients and different ways of eating. But we think that those three things, gluten, sugar, or refined sugar, and dairy, are things that you can eliminate and be much healthier for, and also have much less inflammation in your system. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you next time. Ciao, ciao.